What's up, y'all? Sean here from Revolutionary Fitness, doing a quick video to talk about the upcoming Phoenix Reset. It's our 21-day nutritional cleanse. You might have seen some announcements on social media, on Facebook, Instagram, wherever. But basically, I wanted to do a quick video explaining what the cleanse is, what we try to do with the cleanse for those who have never done it before and who are kind of like apprehensive about doing a cleanse. You know, what exactly does it entail? Is it for you? Is it for your goals? All those kind of things. So just to start off with the 21-day nutritional cleanse, the main purpose of the cleanse is not weight loss. That's just like a byproduct, a secondary kind of effect, a good byproduct, but by no means is it the goal of the cleanse. So if you're looking to get on this nutritional cleanse because you're trying to lose weight, you will do that, but I would say that's probably the wrong motivation to be your primary motivation. And the reason I say that is because, weight loss, there's so many different ways to get about weight loss. And there's all these cleanses and fast and all these fad kind of ways really to try to lose weight. And a lot of them aren't really healthy, and people kind of take stuff to the extreme, especially in these kind of, online guided kind of cleanses where you're not meeting with someone one-on-one and you're not going over the particulars of your health levels and all these kind of things. It's very easy to, if you start with the wrong kind of motivation, it's very easy to get derailed into something that's not necessarily healthy for you. So just to get that out in the open so people are all clear about that, the main purposes of the nutritional cleanse are, we call it a Phoenix Reset because we're really trying to reset our bodies. Our bodies are constantly working and we're digesting food, and especially all the cooked and processed foods that we're eating. Our body's always in this kind of working state, and we never really give our bodies the chance to just chill and relax and reset. So that's one of the main things that we do with this 21-day cleanse is we allow the body to reset. So imagine your body's a machine, like a PlayStation or something like that, and things start acting awry. You press the reset button, it reboots things are back to normal. That's kind of what we're doing with the cleanse. So if you're in need of a reset, if you feel like your body is just like, exhausted, or your adrenals are exhausted, or you just feel like your stomach's been bothering you constantly, or you're having issues in the bathroom, those kind of things, this is a great opportunity to do that reset. And it's really a cool time of year to do it because it's New Year, so people are, in the spirit of making changes in the new year. We don't like to call them resolutions because that's, something that, there's a whole thing that goes with that. But, we definitely want to feed on the emotion and drive that people have during this time of year to make good changes for their bodies and for themselves and their loved ones, all these kind of things. So we want to utilize that motivation, and we do this cleanse as a group. So it's not an individual kind of effort, it's really a community effort. On average, I would say we usually have around like 4 to 5 dozen people who go through the cleanse at once. And that's great because we have an online forum on Facebook where people can exchange recipes and ideas and successes and hurdles. And it's a great way to get through the cleanse because sometimes when you go through things that are challenging for you, if you're on your own doing it by yourself, might not necessarily make it through as easy or as successfully as if as when you do have a group behind you. And of course, there's a lot of people in our community who have gone through the cleanse a couple times now, or different variations of the cleanse over the years. So there's a lot of people who have a lot of personal experience. There's also a lot of us who are coaches, who can coach with this stuff, and we're trained professionally to give advice and feedback, and you have the resource at your hands. You could just check in on Facebook or the different communications that we send out. So that's a great thing. So you have the reset, you have the opportunity to do it with a community, do it in a group, and also on a deeper level, a lot of the issues that we're dealing with when it comes to weight loss or health issues, chronic, diseases developing, a lot of them really tie to our hormones. So the way our body works is, we're constantly secreting these hormones in our body to create balance. So we get foreign toxins via the environment or the foods that we eat, and these things come into our body, and we have to release hormones, chemicals to counteract the chemicals that we're getting externally or the other toxin that we're getting externally. And many times our hormonal health is very off, especially in underdeveloped communities where we're dealing with more toxins, we're dealing with more sugary and processed foods, we're dealing with more oppression, and that causes a lot of hormonal disarray. So especially in our communities, hormonal health is something that I think is very much overlooked, and that with this 21-day cleanse, we really try to address. So if you're having, adrenal fatigue, that's your adrenal glands really, they've been overworked, and you're consuming way too much caffeine and sugar and all these kind of things, and your adrenals are all messed up. So by the middle of the day, you're always feeling like exhausted and lagging. Or if you're having stuff going on with your thyroid, especially the women out there, you're having thyroid issues, and that's causing, imbalances all over the place, and your mood is feeling all crazy. Or if you just feel like you're not producing the right amount of testosterone or estrogen, all these things, the cleanse really helps to address, because we eliminate a lot of the stuff that is causing a lot of these issues, and we replace it with all this great food and all this great nutrition to kind of make your hormonal health more optimal. So that's probably, in my mind, the biggest benefit of the cleanse. And then also too, the last benefit, or not the last, but the last one I'll talk about in this video, is that one really changes their relationship with food. So if maybe you don't know how to eat healthy, or you don't know if you're eating healthy, or there's so many foods out there you probably don't even know about, or how to prepare, or how to shop for, really going through this 21-day cleanse gives yourself the opportunity to learn some new habits, to introduce some new foods into your body, and change that relationship with food. What does food mean to you? Is food something that's nourishing and healing, or is it something that is, expensive and, tied to the, stress, or, tied to entertainment, or whatever it is? There's so many things that food can be and do and affect our bodies. So we kind of have these 21 days to reflect and really see what food is doing to us, and what these new foods are doing to us, so that after the 21 days, we can adopt a more healthy lifestyle. Maybe, incorporating some of the stuff we did during the cleanse. Some people go on to continue the last phase of the cleanse indefinitely, because really all it is like a raw vegan diet, which is a really healthy practice as well. But, you're just going to change your relationship with food. You're going to learn more about yourselves, more about your body, more about, how to shop, more about how to prep and cook foods, more about how to find, whole food sources of protein and carbs, and what is a healthy carb, what is a bad carb. All this stuff will be given to you throughout the process. We give you a manual, there's an online community, there's constant exchange and opportunity for questions. We do a webinar. We're doing a webinar this Thursday. Hopefully you all can join us. And really the whole point is this education and enrichment, so that you become your own nutritionist, really, because at the end of the day, that's what we all need to be, is our own nutritionists, and not, falling into these fad diets or what people are telling us to eat, but rather, learning for ourselves what is good and nurturing for our body. So I'll leave it at that. We'll talk more in depth about all this stuff on the webinar. The live webinar is going to be up on Thursday. So once you register for the cleanse, it's a $10 registration fee. That gets you a PDF of the cleanse. It gets you access to the private Facebook group page. And then it gets you access to the webinar. It'll be a live webinar, but if you can't make it, it's Thursday from 7:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. If you can't make it, it'll be recorded and rebroadcast and sent out to all those folks who registered. And of course, throughout the whole 21 days, there's constant opportunity to interact with me and others who are well versed in this stuff and can guide you through this all safely. So that's what you get for the $10. You have to do it. We're closing out registration before Thursday. I think Wednesday night or Thursday morning or something like that. But the sooner the better, because you'll get the manual as soon as you register, and we'll start getting you our resources as soon as possible. And so the 21 days, for those who are like, oh, but what is it? And you haven't bothered to read our website, because all the information is on there. But just real quick, it's a three-phase kind of cleanse. The first phase, the first 3 days, starting on Monday of next week, is really kind of an elimination of foods that we're not going to be eating through the cleanse. So we're getting rid of processed foods, sugary foods, cooked foods, what else? I mean, breads, pastas. We're getting rid of all that stuff throughout their 21 days. So the first 3 days is kind of the transition. So especially if you're eating a really heavily processed or heavily cooked or heavily, animal protein kind of diet right now, the 3 days are really going to help you make that transition to go forward for the rest of the cleanse. The next 4 days of the cleanse, phase 2, is a green smoothie and juices portion where we're only consuming juices and smoothies, green juices and smoothies for 4 days. There's different tiers. Some people bring in some other stuff, but that's like the main tier is trying to do a liquid diet basically of green smoothies and juices for 4 days. And then the last 14 days is basically like that raw vegan diet that I was referring to earlier. It's the winter season, so there's actually some allowance of some soups, and we'll talk more about that in the webinar. And of course, in the manual, it has all the details. The cleanse is open to young, old, male, female, everybody. I mean, you can be pregnant and lactating, and you can be a person who is dealing with a chronic disease, or going through cancer recovery, or it could all over the spectrum. The cleanse, we've really designed it so that it's open for everybody. It's accessible to everybody. There's different tiers. There's 4 different tiers within the cleanse, so you can find a tier that works best for you. So if you're someone who has been cleansing for a while and you want something real intense, there's a tier for you. If there's some of you who have never done a cleanse before and are scared to death, and your friend directed you to this video and you're like, what is this guy talking about? Don't worry, there is a tier for you. There's a tier for everybody. Revolutionary Fitness, we're really about making things accessible and finding an entry point for everyone. So if you feel like you want to do this and you want to make the commitment for 21 days, or maybe not 21 days, maybe you only do 3 days or 7 days or 14 days, whatever it is, feel like you can reach out to us and ask us, hey, this is, I'm scared, this is my parameters, I got this event coming up, what are my options? And we'll definitely find an option for you. So I hope that helps. Again, this Thursday at 7:30 p.m. we'll be doing the live webinar, and it will only be accessible to those who register for the cleanse. And then you'll get the resources as soon as you do that. Again, if you have any questions, just feel free to contact me. There'll be contact information in the bio below, but you also can email me, Sean@revolutionaryfitness.org, or you can find us on all social media outlets at RevFit NYC. That's REVFIT NYC. Cool. Check you later. Peace.